This video includes copyrighted material used under fair use for commentary, criticism, and education. This is Rockin' After Midnight, timeless classic rock reactions and stories. Now here's your host, Fred Cat Clemens.
Hey rockers, I'm Fred Cat Clemens, and welcome to Rockin' After Midnight, where classic rock lives forever. This is my very first show, and the idea is simple. We react, we listen close, and we dig deep into the stories and histories behind the songs that shaped our lives. To kick things off, we're starting with the Doobie Brothers. Listen to the music. However, before we hit play, quick bit of history. Listen to the Music was produced by Ted Templeman. If that name rings a bell, it should. Templeman wasn't just the Doobie Brothers guy. He went on to produce iconic records for Van Halen, and he also worked with Van Morrison and Montrose. So yeah, you're hearing a track that's got serious production pedigree behind it. And before we hit play, let's give it up for the guys who made this groove happen. Tom Johnston on vocals and guitar. Patrick Simmons on vocals, plus guitar and banjo. What? I'll show you. Tyran Porter on bass and vocals, and that double drum punch of Michael Hosack on drums and John Hartman on drums and tambourine. Grab your headphones, turn it up, and let's rock after midnight. All right, that groove is locked. I'm going to be stopping throughout the song to make some brief statements and facts. But for the introduction right away, the groove is relaxed and it's locked. That's pocket. You know, they're not rushing, they're just sitting in it. It has a tight but easy rhythm feel, an acoustic texture driving rhythm, if you will. Let's get back to it. You know, that vocal, it feels earned because the intro created anticipation. Did you feel that? You know, the warm tone, the conversational delivery, and the message-driven songwriting. Fabulous job. Man, listen to how that chorus lands. Got the banjo. You know, I think this song has what we call arrangement restraint. They're not showing all their cool ideas at once. They're not showing all their cards. If you're playing poker, you don't want to show all your cards right at first. So you're trying to let the vocal message land. You're trying to build and layer so you can have the big finish at the end. Let's get back to it. Yeah, that rhythm section's doing the driving.
Well, I know you know better. Everything I say. Meet me in the country for a day. We'll be happy and we'll dance slow. We're gonna dance the blues away. If I'm feeling good to you and you're feeling good to me, there ain't nothing we can do.
Listen to how the guitars are spread across the stereo field. If you have headphones on, it makes it really a lot easier. But the percussion isn't flashy. It supports the vocal. And they have two drummers, you know, that's just doing that driving, keeping it going, part of the rhythm section, right? And the mix, fantastic job. It leaves room for the harmonies that we know are coming. Doobie Brothers, fabulous harmonies all day long. More banjo. Nice color. pure AM FM gold. Still works. Pleasure.
Like a lazy flowing river.
All right, one of my favorite parts of the song, it's the instrumental lift. It starts here. They let the instruments speak. This arrangement has an incredible amount of patience. It builds without getting aggressive. The guitar tone, it's clean, it's warm, and it's not overdriven. You know, I kind of think of being on an open highway and just driving to this music. What do you think? And this is pure AM FM gold. Still works. Pleasure.
Like a lazy flowing river, surrounding castles in the sky, and the cloud is growing bigger. Listening for the happy sounds, got to let them go.
You know, this next section, it's where after the instrumental lift and we get back into the groove and it locks in again before the final chorus. I love the simplicity of the song structure. And, you know, is it repetitive? Sure, but it works. I love the harmony stacking that is becoming more and more noticeable. Do you agree? Let me know what you think. Man, such a tight band with a relaxed pocket, you know, it's a perfect combination. You know, what I love about the Doobie Brothers is that they never overcomplicate it. That's maturity. You know, it's such a simple message, but there's a big payoff musically here. Got some counter melody from the guitar coming up here. So tastefully done. And that's why this is timeless. Classic timeless rock. It's the groove and the heart. Bring it home. Man, just listen to how those harmonies stack. They're not flashy, they're warm. They call that California rock harmony. The harmonies are doubling strategically and it thickens without overpowering. Let's ride this out. Bring it home. The backing vocals, not only the harmonies, but the call and response type of thing going on. Got to be one of my top Doobie Brothers hits of all time. My favorite. Well, all right, that was the Doobie Brothers. Listen to the music. What I love about this song is how it doesn't try to be complicated. It just tries to be true. The message is simple. When the world feels heavy, when people are arguing, when everything's loud in the worst way, sometimes the best thing you can do is let the music do what it's always done. Bring people together. Reset the room. Remind you you're not alone. Because that's the magic here. It's not just a catchy chorus, it's an invitation. It's the kind of song that makes you picture a backyard, windows down on a summer drive, or a room full of strangers suddenly singing the same line like they've known each other for years. That's what classic rock does at its best. It turns a feeling into something you can share. And musically, it's a masterclass in feel. Nobody's rushing, Nobody's trying to show off. The band is just locked into that rolling groove, and it stays in the pocket like it was born there. That steady rhythm gives the message somewhere to live, and that's why it works decades later. You can put this on today and it doesn't feel like a museum piece. It feels like something you still need. If you're watching this and you've got a memory tied to the song, maybe a first car, a road trip, a friend you haven't seen in years, or a time in your life when music was the only thing that made sense, drop it in the comments. I read them, and I love hearing what these songs mean to you, because that's the whole point of Rockin' After Midnight. We're not just reacting, we're keeping the stories alive. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who could use a little good vibes medicine today. And if you've got a request for the next song, leave it below. Tell me what you want to hear and why it matters to you. Until next time, keep the volume up, keep the heart open, and no matter what the world throws at you, listen to the music. This is Fred Cat Clemens, and I'll see you after midnight.